Hi, everyone. I'm Lisa D'Amico from the Rockland Arts Festival, and I have the pleasure today of speaking with artist and recent graduate, Daryn Seiden. Daryn, you just earned your BFA. Congratulations.
Thank you. Sorry if you asked me something, it just cut out.
So tell me about your degree.
Okay, so in high school, I was preparing my portfolio, but then I entered college like, I don't know, not sure. So I got into the visual arts program at SUNY Top first, and then I got went into the BFA, and I realized I just needed to do art. I always thought art was my path, but I wasn't entirely sure because I'm really, really indecisive. And I'm also really good at math, so it's kind of like one of the two. I mean, architecture, sure, but that's like not the kind of art that I do. But I took one art class in college and I was like, if I don't do this every day, I'm gonna lose my mind. So that was the answer. And then obviously the VSA instead of visual arts because you get the show. I got the big show. You get more studio classes, and it was just super fun. My major, what my degree was in painting and drawing, and we had a few other VSAs there. I was actually thinking, but not really, about ceramics. And one of my professors was like, consider ceramics. I was like, not for me. But so yeah, I got painting and drawing, and I always thought I was more of a drawer, but that's because I just was sort of afraid of painting. And then I got into painting, and now that's what I do. Still draw, but I prefer painting just for fun.
What are your inspirations?
I love horror. I love this dark aesthetic. I myself dress pretty dark, so that's incorporated in my work. A lot of people ask me why, and I'm like, life and my personal aesthetic mixed in. It's not usually like I have a reason for each painting. It's just what pops up into my brain.
When you prepare to do a painting, do you go directly to the canvas or do you do preliminary drawings? What's your process like?
So I think of a pose because I paint and draw figures. So I go into my brain and I'm like, okay, think of a pose. Then I think of a pose. Either I have myself or a friend pose for me. I take the picture. I sketch very roughly, like the pose itself and the background. And then if I want to change the background, I might sketch how I would change the background. But I don't usually change too much of the picture because I do like interior spaces, and that's usually how I take my pictures. Sometimes I make it a little bit more abstract. Sometimes I add things in, like my little characters. So I think of a pose and I sketch and then I paint. I sketch on the canvas.
Right. That's interesting. So now that you're fresh out of school, what's the path you want to take with your work?
I want to be a working artist, but also I do like working in other areas of life. I'm currently a teaching assistant at Delano for the special ed preschool, and I do enjoy that job, but it's not like it's not my priority. It makes sense to maybe like start out with different paths, like with a couple different paths going on, just to start out. But I think I want to end up working as a full-time artist, maybe also curating shows, working in museums. But I'm not thinking that that's going to happen right now. I'm like working my way up. I'm talking to a lot of people, making friends, trying to get into shows. That's where I am right now.
So tell me what's coming up for you and your artwork.
So I got into the water show at ROCKLAND, which is pretty exciting because the painting is really fun to me because I love painting in blue, but the painting is blue. I mainly like to work in blues actually. Oh, but for now, it's fine. And so that was really fun to paint. And my friend's also in the show. And I know there's a really cool sculptural piece of oysters in it. That's gonna be exciting to see. That's coming out soon, October 14th, which is actually my birthday. So the opening reception is it's gonna be a party.
Listen, I'm looking forward to it. Before we go, is there anything else you'd like to talk about?
Um, I just think it's really important for people to make connections and be outspoken and to not be afraid, because if you are too afraid, you're not gonna get to where you want to be, at least as fast maybe as you want to be. So I think that's important to take.
It
I
is.
met Alice, then I met you. Alice actually played at my mom's wedding. So
And it is making networking, making connections in the art world is really essential for progress. Having a website, which I know you're working on, and you're already on social media, and I recommend everybody watching, listening, please follow Daryn. We'll include that information in the video. Um, your work is beautiful. It tells a story. It's dark and intense. And I'm always excited when I see that you're working on something new.
thank you.
Thank you, Daryn.